All right, guys, promise you another very special guest on the show. And rising country singer Cali Tucker has a single we're going to talk about, Country Couture. And we'll talk, well, about the single and who knows what else we may talk about today. Cali, first off, thank you so much. It's nice to meet you. Looking forward to delving a little deeper.
Thanks. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for having me on your show. This is great.
Now, Cali, where did this is when I first meet somebody, I always ask them where did music first start for you? Where did you first know that music had a grip on your life, or do you ever remember it not?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember it not for sure, but it started very young. I mean, my mom was a country music singer. My aunt is Tanya Tucker. So we, as children, all of the kids, meaning my cousins and I, we were all very little and roughly around the same age. We would, we were on the road with them. And so, I have fond memories of sleeping in the bottom bunk and like just being lulled to sleep and then waking up in a new city every day. And then they would go do the show and we'd, hang out backstage behind the curtains, and then they'd invite us to come out on stage and wave at the crowd or maybe even sing a song. And they included us in a lot of really cool shows. I think I watched a video the other day of us, all the kids. I mean, we were little. I was like 3, and we were on the Jimmy Rogers show, or it was Jimmy Rogers Festival show. I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, we're always very, it was a big part of like, I mean, I was imprinted in music through them from a very early age. And it just was really important to me to just like, to figure out what it is that I wanted to do in that realm. Like, how do I make this work for myself? So it's been a real long process and a growing, some growing pains in there, but I finally feel like I've got like a great identity of who I am as a person, as an artist, and like what my brand is. And it's been fun. I'm excited now.
You said one of those key words over the last few years, your brand. And how crazy is it to think of yourself as a brand? I mean, everybody, as a podcaster and radio host, they're always like, you got to think about your brand, but I'm not a brand. I'm just a guy.
I feel like that was a word never used. I always say I should have been a country singer in the 90s. I would have killed it, but now it's so much, there's so much more to it than just, singing good, looking pretty, and doing shows. I mean, it's just so much more than that. You have to look at the bigger picture and look at it as a business, and how to be as authentic as you can be within that business so that, you can create this fan base. And I think as a songwriter and as a live performer, and that's really my forte, live performing, it just takes time to really dial that in, and what is it that you're trying to say, and how do you want to be presented, and how do you want to look. And it's a crazy thought process that you have to go through as an independent artist, because you are everything. You're the manager, you're the agent, you're the wardrobe, you're the talent. It's, you're the accountant, you're the lawyer. It's a lot. So thinking about all those things is really important in this day and age in the industry. So I try to stay afoot on that, but I feel like I've got a good handle finally.
Now, did you, as you came of age, start making your own decisions about what you wanted to do? Did you fight against the idea of country music originally?
100%, 100%. I was so against it. I wanted to be rebellious and make my mark and do something different that would shock everybody. Because I felt like my mom was really, she was like, I had the greatest childhood, but she's a single mom. And, she raised me and my brother to be, polite people. I was doing pageants too, like from 12 to 23. Like there was this certain like pretty girl path that I was on, and I was like, man, I just wanted to rebel. I was in a rebellious phase. And so as I got, into my teens, I wanted to do electronic rock. And so I started, dabbling into that, and, and I sang at Dollywood. I did, I was thinking maybe I'm more of a blues singer because I have a very soulfulness about my voice. And I've kind of tried a little bit of everything to find this even keel balance of this my love and my roots for country, which I denied for a really long time, into like this pop, this pop twist, that makes it, a subgenre of old fashioned country music, a subgenre of like country pop.
Right.
And I think that's a really cool space for me to be in. I feel really confident in it, and it feels good. Like, yeah.
How crazy is it to see country being cool again?
It's wild. I mean, I love that there's been so many people pushing the envelopes and people are responding well to it. And it really does open the door for people like me you know, that's doing something a little different. It's not completely off the beaten path, but it's got a little spice to it. Um, I would not compare myself to Miss Wonderful Lainey Wilson. She is like, she's doing her Southern rock country old school vibe, and I'm the opposite of that. I think I'm more in the vein of Kane Brown, Casey Musgraves, Morgan Wallen, and the fact that Beyonce has come out with this country album is shaking this, the leaves right off the tree. I love that. I think there's the door for country music is so wide as far as what this genre is capable of doing and how many people it's capable of reaching. And it's the most loyal fan base in the world. And I love that because of these artists that have able to break those barriers have allowed me to come in now and make my mark in my own special way, not following anybody's path or riding any coattails. This is genuinely who I am, and it feels really good because I feel, I'm going to be, I think people are going to really, really think I think they're going to see the specialness in it,
Okay.
and not judge it.
Mm. Now the single Country Couture. Tell us where the
I
single
love how you
came
said
from.
that, Couture.
I got to try to
Love
make
that.
it sound all official.
Country Couture. So yeah, I had this idea for a while. I'm a very bougie person. I mean, living in Las Vegas, it will do that to you. But I also think, I'm just, I grew up doing pageants and, and all that stuff. And once I would take the dress off at the end of the day, I'd throw on my jeans and a t-shirt and I'd go hang with the cows or the horses, and there's just both sides. There's just such a quick coin flip to both sides of those worlds, and being out in Vegas is just amplified it. So I perform, roughly 6 nights a week, 3 to 5 hours a night. It's a lot of performing, and I'm always wearing, something very unique, whether it's something I designed or something vintage that my mom used to wear when she was performing, or a new dress that I bought that's kind of over the top and extravagant. I love fashion so much, and I follow a lot of fashion designers on social media, and I'm just obsessed with like creating these new looks and like being really playful with how I look. I love it. And I really do encompass like the both worlds of like Nashville and Vegas, and being bougie and also being a country girl. And I think the song for me it's about wanting the finer things in life, but also be, understanding that I'm super humble at the core. Like I came from humble beginnings. I really did, regardless of what people may think. But I've had to, I've had to get there and get dirty with them, roll in the mud a little bit, and then clean up, put that dress back on, and go out on stage. So writing this song is more about being able to showcase the many sides of someone's diverse style, and still being true to your roots.
And how much being there in Vegas, how much does it help with the inspirations of the different genres you talked about? We talked about how country has evolved so much, but I mean, you got to be a showman if you're in Vegas too.
Oh yeah, it's taken me from a 2 to a 10 as far as like my live show and
Mhm.
what how does that look? What is it that I'm wearing? Obviously, what stages I'm choosing to perform on, like, what venues. It really does amp it up. Because the great thing about this place, anything goes. I have absolutely zero limitations on what I can do for my live performances, what I can say, what I can wear, the songs I sing. I mean, it is the most freeing feeling to be able to branch out and not be put in a box, and you know I don't know how other cities would go or other entertainment, like LA or New York or Nashville at this point. I've been gone so long. I've been gone, this is my 10th year in Vegas.
Wow.
So I'm really curious to see the next evolution of like bringing what I do, my Vegas show. I call it my Vegas show, but it is just my show, to these other cities and see what what the reaction is. So.
And as you've had the chance to go back and visit Nashville, how blown away are you by the growth and the evolution of what was Country Music USA? It's not Country Music City USA anymore. It's Music City USA.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, I left 10 years ago, and every time I go back, I listen, I think anybody that leaves their hometown and comes back to see it completely blown up in the way that Nashville has, there's a little bit of sadness. There's a little bit of like, I'm just a little like, oh, it's not what it used to be. We used to be able to, I used to live in the Gulch in Laurel House Lofts, and there was the gravel dirt road in the back and the train tracks. You can't see none of that now. It's all built up, all those, and it hurts my heart. We used to be able to go down on Broadway on a regular Friday night or Wednesday night, or it didn't matter. We could park on the street and be able to walk into, Paradise Park and get crazy. And unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. So, I mean, growth can be a good thing. I think the sad part is like, it's just the traffic. I can't believe how bad the traffic's gotten. I've just been in shock. That poor city was not designed for the amount of people that moved there within the last 10 years. And, but change can be good. And I look at it, like I said, I'm excited to see that the doors of country music have opened wide for people like myself that are doing things a little different.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I'm accepting. I'm open to it. I'll always have my home here in Vegas. If I wind up moving back to Nashville, that will be fine too. I just plan on traveling a lot and try not to be, too hard on Nashville. I'm proud of where they came from. They definitely have made the mark.
That's right. Now, Callie, as folks have had the opportunity to check out the single, what's it like getting the feedback, the first feedback when, how scared are you whenever you first give it out for folks to check out? How much do you cringe as the feedback comes in?
None. Absolutely none. I don't care. I mean, if you like it, great. If you don't, I don't, that's fine. Like, everybody's got an opinion, and that is great. You're entitled to it. But I haven't got any bad feedback. I mean, it definitely will not be everybody's cup of tea, but it'll be somebody's shot of whiskey. So, no, I'm loving the love that it's been getting. And we'll just continue to see.
Now, how much has over the 10 years that you've been there? I mean, how much have you had to see the music industry and getting interactive with fans? How much has that gotten easier for you because of social media and all that stuff? Being able to be one on one, if you will, has it gotten easier for you? Because I know it's a struggle when you first started that.
Yeah, I think for me, I will always be true to my core of like, I'd rather be doing this. I'd rather be shaking hands. I'd rather be doing my shows. Meeting people actually in person is always going to be like what I'd really like. I'm not a phone person. Like, I'm not behind my computer. I'm very interactive with people. And so I always did find it very difficult to engage in social media content and what does that look like for me? And it really it's taken me up until now to figure out that, I can't do it all. I just can't. So I've got friends and people that I work with now that we're getting the ball rolling on what does my content look like and how can I reach a wider audience through this incredible platform and not seeing it as something so bad. Like I used to be very like, oh, against it, like, this is just not me, I'm more grassroots, and I am. But if you find a way to make it work for you, like I said, and still be able to reach the people that you normally wouldn't. Like, what a great tool to have. You just got to figure it out. You just got to dial it in. Takes time. There's no doubt. But
And you got to
yeah,
figure out
I'm blessed.
that 5-letter word brand. It's one of those words that you got to figure out what you are.
That's what is it. That's what it is. And um, when you do, it's like the world just opens up, and you just, there's no apology necessary. There's no worrying about what people think. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, this is who I am. Like, I'm not ashamed of it at all, and super proud. So
That's
yeah.
good stuff. Well, Kelly, I want to make sure and let our viewers, let our listeners know where they can keep up with your upcoming shows, the music that you've got going on, social media. We brought that up as well. Where is the
Yeah.
best place to keep up with everything you got going on? As one of my dogs making noise in the background.
Mine's breathing really hard. Gosh, dude. Um, no, the best way to keep up with me is to go to CaliTucker.com. That's CALITUCKER, and click dates if you want to see where I'm playing here in Las Vegas or nationally. And then all of my links to my social media are on that. It should be pretty accessible. But I also will say, if you're an Instagram person, it's Cali Tucker Music. If you're a TikTok person, it's Cali Tucker, and so on and so forth. So yeah, and I'm really excited about Country Couture. And also I have to say that we are releasing a music video
Oh,
with this song, and believe that's going to come out as of now on June 26th.
nice.
And very excited about that. Yeah.
Cool.
I wore 32 different outfits. So it was a lot of work.
That's right. That's right. Well, again, Country Couture, not Couture. I was trying to make it so, I don't
No,
know.
I like it.
I was radio announcing it. That's what I was doing.
I like that. You say whatever you want. That's
Well,
good.
Callie, it has been great to visit with you today. I wish you continued success. If I ever make it out to Vegas, we'll come see you and show, and hopefully we can catch up again real soon.
I would love that. Thank you so much for having me.